Hello everybody, in this video we are going to understand the difference between absolute refractory period and relative refractory period. If you haven't watched our video about the action potential and its analogy, it's highly advised that you watch that video first because this video is highly linked with that video, and if you understand that video, it will be easier to understand this concept, as well as linking both these concepts is crucial because ultimately they're just two different concepts about the same idea. Now let's start understanding absolute refractory period as well as relative refractory period with the help of the same analogy that we used there. Over there, sodium ion was our commodity or the parcel, whereas your sodium channel is going to be the delivery boy who is actually delivering your sodium ion. Now, all of these delivery boys need a 5-minute break after going for one round of delivery. So when they go for one round of delivery, they require a 5-minute break. Just like we humans are different, even sodium channels are innately different. While some channels might take 10 minutes to deliver 10 boxes, some sodium channels might take 11 minutes to deliver 10 boxes. Hence, they have different efficiencies. Therefore, some sodium channels might finish their delivery work before another and might come and sleep, whereas the other might have finished their delivery a minute later and come back and slept a minute later. Therefore, although they have the same duration of sleep, their time of sleeping varies. Now, if you notice, if their sleeping time varies, some might be sleeping earlier, some might be sleeping a little late. Therefore, it is certain that there definitely is a time wherein there are a few sodium channels which are awakened momentarily before a few others who are still sleeping because they finished their work a little late. Now, when we have an urgency, when it's festive season and when our business is booming, so we need to give deliveries at a faster pace, at a faster rate. So these awakened sodium channels or sodium delivery boys need to be given more stimulus or an upgrade in order to carry more boxes, in order to increase the amount of delivery in one single round itself. Therefore, if they were using a car before, you give a higher stimulus, you give a truck right now, so that they can carry more sodium along with themselves, such that in one ride itself, they can deliver more boxes. Now, if lesser number of delivery boys can deliver more boxes just because the stimulation is higher, this is known as relative refractory period, which is marked here. So at this point, there are a few sodium channels that are open while the rest are still sleeping. These few sodium channels have higher workload, wherein they have to drive a truck, deliver more boxes in one single round itself, such that they deliver sufficient amount so that we can reach the threshold potential or the out for delivery mark and an action potential can occur. Now, we understand the concept of relative refractory period. What is absolute refractory period? So an absolute refractory period is that period wherein all the delivery boys are resting. There definitely will be a time wherein all of them are resting and none of them are awakened or awake for a delivery, because that is some point in time wherein all of their sleep times are coinciding. Therefore, this period wherein all of the channels or all of the delivery boys are resting is known as the absolute refractory period, regardless of the amount of upgrades or stimulus that you give them. Leave a truck. If you give them 10 trucks and some machine which can take the load of 10 trucks in just one vehicle, they still will not be able to deliver the amount of sodium ions that are necessary for action potential. Why? Because they're all sleeping. Who is going to take the deliveries? Therefore, This stage is known as the absolute refractory period. So the absolute refractory period is the period where all the delivery boys are sleeping and none of the action potentials can be taken. Whereas relative refractory period is where there are a few delivery boys who are awakened and they can take the delivery, and it's essential to give them an upgrade. And it's essential to give them an upgrade or a higher stimulus such that they can elicit an action potential, which is reach the threshold. When will they reach the threshold? When they can compensate for the sleeping sodium channels or for the sleeping delivery boys by carrying more sodium ions such that it's equivalent to the sodium ions that were carried when all the delivery boys or all the sodium channels were active. So I hope this video was helpful in understanding the relative refractory period as well as the absolute refractory period. That's all we have for today. Thank you.